And now, I'd like to introduce your host, EMCEE. People say he's very agreeable. The star of underground comedy in Santa Cruz. Let him hear it. This is all he has. DNA.
Introduction, Paulie. Thank you. That is exactly how I wrote it. Thank you. Well played, everybody. Nice to be here at the Rio Theater, Santa Cruz Comedy Festival. Thank you for coming out. But let's dig into it, guys. Let's get into it. I don't know if you've seen me perform over the summer, but I talk about climate change. Real knee slapper. I did it the other night at the Old Saturn Cafe, the new Santa Cruz Taps. And I, just like now, starting off, siren in the background, and there was a dude sitting right there. And immediately, as soon as he heard climate change, he got triggered. He's like, "It's not caused by what they say, it's caused by." And I was like, "What do they say it's caused by?" He's like, "Cow farts." And I was like, "You're right. The methane from cows contributes to 3% of global warming, but the methane in the cow doesn't come out of its butt, it comes out of its mouth. It's cow burps." And he goes, "Farts," and I go, "Burps," and he goes, "Farts." I'm like, the world is on fire, can we just stop for 1 second? And then I turned and he was gone, so hopefully you guys don't leave. Did you know that the Antarctic ice shelf is melting 2,500 feet per day? Scientists say in the next 10 to 20 years, the ocean is going to rise 12 inches to 25 feet. And there goes Florida. Yay! Silver lining. I say after this show, we all get our blowtorches, head south to Antarctica. Let's speed the process up. I'm not going to be happy until Governor Ron Puddingface DeSantis is underwater and Mickey Mouse is standing on his head waving a rainbow flag. That's when I know we won the culture war. If I'm in a war, I want to know when we win, right? It's going to be when Mickey Mouse waving that flag goes, "Huh," or whatever the fuck Mickey Mouse says. Disney really dropped the ball. No catchphrase. Most popular cartoon character in the world, no catchphrase. They're losing money every day. Goofy, gorsh, right? Donald Duck, or whatever the fuck. Mickey Mouse, nothing. Walt Disney was having an off day. He was just like, "Hey, animators, come on, fellas, you know. Maybe we just give Mickey Mouse a voice that sounds like a priest waking up children at midnight. Just like, oh no." Meanwhile, in Texas, Governor Greg, I hope he accidentally shoots himself when he's cleaning his gun one day, Abbott. He said, "It'll be a hot day in hell before we allow gays to marry." And nature was like, "How about 128 degrees? Is that how I could turn it up? Governor Greg, he's like one of those guys where if it rains on a pride parade, he's like, "God hates you." But the sun is burning a hole through Abilene to the core of the planet in his backyard, and he's just like, "Jewish space lasers." I mean, nobody talks about pollution anymore. That was a big thing for me when I was growing up in the 1970s. We had an owl. Anybody know the owls? Give a hoot, don't pollute. I gave a hoot. I still give a hoot. But nobody talks about it. Did you know a mile off the coast of California, there's an entire island of plastic made just from Steph Curry's mouth guards. Just held together by spit and charisma. Great, cool, nice. When systems collapse, things happen, aberrations, anomalies that have never happened before in history, and some of them are kind of cool. Can anybody here verify for me that this year, 2023, was the first year ever that you were able to see the Aurora Borealis as far south as San Francisco? Did anybody read that? One person. That's all I need. One person, the rest of you guys, don't read the news. Science.org, I read it this morning. You can see the Aurora Borealis, the northern lights, guys, for the slow row here in the Gold Circle. You can see it tonight in Santa Cruz. Yeah, science.org. 3 a.m. You go down where there's not a lot of ambient light, like the coastline. 3 a.m. You want to see the northern lights. You look due west at 3 a.m. and then you very slowly eat like 7 grams of magic mushrooms and just yuck. And you keep staring for 30 minutes and you will see the brightest colors you've ever seen in your entire life, guaranteed. Anybody need the shrooms? Where are my shroomers? Any shroomers? You right there? Hi. I can see your aura. I'm gonna ask you a question, okay? I'm gonna give you a little hint though. Apples come from seeds, mushrooms come from my backpack. And then I'll be in the lobby after the show. Spores, they come from spores. Did you know the shell of a spore is the hardest natural organic substance on the planet? Scientists say that mushroom spores don't even come from here. They come from outer space. They adhere to a meteorite. They entered our atmosphere 500,000 years ago, embedded themselves in the ground under like a primate patty, and they started propagating and getting more and more complex, and then turned into Joe Rogan. And that's his origin story. Did you know? Origin stories? Wolverine has a good one. Hell yeah, he does. Did you know Wolverine is the saddest Avenger? Did you know that? Wolverine, the saddest Avenger, because he loved Judaism, but he could never be circumcised. He cut it off, it grew right back. He cut it off, it grew right back. That's him in the Avengers mansion at midnight, listening to Leonard Cohen, eating bagels, crying, trying to circumcise himself with his razor fingers, just like cutting it off, it grows right back. Cutting it off, hallelujah. Just eating bagels, just crying, just cutting it off. Oh, so sad. I don't live in Santa Cruz proper. I live up in the mountains because I married my sister. And those are just the rules. I don't make them up. Hard enough to find a place to live in this town. Up in the mountains, they don't even do background checks. They do 23andMe. They're like, yep, she's your sister. Welcome to Felton. That's how you get to live up there. And don't fucking Hassan Minaj me and be like, she's not really your sister. What you're saying is not true. Okay, she's my cousin. Okay, so fucking take it easy. Whatever I do, I'll stretch to the truth. Some of my neighbors are here from the mountains right now, and they don't know I'm Jewish. Okay, so anyway, it's very aggressive up there in the mountains, and like people are like, where are you from? They're like, Boulder Creek. Why do they have to come at you like that? Where are you from? Bonnie Doon? Fucking take it easy. They're up in the mountains, where it was like January 6th. I'm like, 420, come on, fucking smoke a peace pipe. I get acupuncture, but I don't get my acupuncture down in Santa Cruz. I get it done up in the mountains in Boulder Creek at Dancing Crane. The same person who does mushrooms. And, right? And I like it, because in Santa Cruz is so new agey, you know, it's a namaste and crystals. They're playing Bernie Sanders speeches. I'm trying to relax. Up in the mountains, though, man, up there, the acupuncture needles, they dip them in heroin. And that's very relaxing. Have you done the heroin acupuncture? Oh, my God. Afterwards, I'm itchy, I'm scratchy. I go to Boulder Creek. I hang out on the street. You know who I see walk by me? Me. Have you seen me? Have you seen this look? Have you seen this in Santa Cruz? There's probably 4 or 5 of me here right now. The beard, the hat, the entire thing. I am a legion. Who's that eating out of a dumpster? Is that DNA? Probably. It turns out I'm an influencer of homeless people. I'm gonna do something so fucking quick, it's gonna be fucking crazy. You gotta have a stand, something you care about. You know what I care about? We gotta stop circumcision. It's brutality against baby boys. Why do they do it? It's archaic, it's barbaric. If they were generally mutilating baby girls in this country every day, you'd be in a fucking outrage. Oprah would have a TV show, but nobody says anything. Who's the Lorax for the little Joes, the Jacks and the Jerrys? I'm that guy. My wife is like, get over it. It's a long time ago. I remember it. Do you remember yours? Mine was a Thursday. I still call it That Hurts Day. Raised Orthodox Jew, so I had to get a special guy to do mine. I still have his business card. It says, always bring a knife to a penis fight. He was Cocky. But that was his name, Rabbi Cocky. And why do they do it if it's so barbaric? Why do they keep doing it to baby boys? You know, it's so crazy. I'll tell you why. Because those little pieces of skin they cut off are worth a lot of money. They're small, but they add up. You have 1 skin, 2 skin, 3 skin. Soon you're a 4-skin illionaire. Who do the hospitals sell them to? Do they season them and sell them at Trader Joe's as vegan Bako Bits? No. They sell to the pharmaceutical companies that use them in women's moisturizer for your faces, ladies. Did you know 80% of the women's moisturizer product on the market has baby foreskin in it? That's a Snapple Cap fact. That's where I got that one. They're not all uplifting. I'm just saying, next time you turn to your partner, you go, my skin's as soft as a baby's butt. Close, but it's a dick. It's on your face. It's baby dick. Yeah, go home and Google moisturizer foreskin, and then be like, DNA is a fucking truth teller. Okay, there's more to that, but I don't want to bum everybody out. What an amazing show. I'm so happy to have curated these 3 comedians who've never been on stage together before. They're all from the Bay Area. They're all heavy hitters. And let's just get this going right now. And I from my heart, thank you all for being here. You make the festival possible. You're all stakeholders. You're all stakeholders carrying a lot of debt, and I'll let you know later about that. Next guy coming into the stage flew in from New York to be here at this show. Comedy Central 5 times, tours the country. Fucking give it up right now for the one, the only, Louis Katz.
Thank you very much. Keep it going for DNA, for hosting and for putting this whole thing together. What a funny and informative set. I learned a lot. I like the part right in the middle where every comic book nerd in here was like, Wolverine was not an Avenger in their head, just screaming it in their head. You couldn't say anything, but inside you were going nuts, like he's not a fucking Avenger.